requisite characteristics of guruhood. Remember, he should never be chosen as a guru simply because he is a descendant of Sri Vallabhacharya. Abandonment of Guru. In one of the benedictory stanzas, characteristics of Guru have been given. The man who imparts knowledge to his disciple and removes his ignorance is called Guru. The Guruness of any person is proved by his imparting knowledge to his disciple after bestowing initiation upon him. What is said in Taittiriya Upanishad in this regard is worth noting. Upanishad says that it is learning which connects two allies, Acharya, Guru, and Antevasi, which is disciple. Therefore, learning is a sandhi, connecting factor. The connection between Guru and disciple could be accomplished only if Guru imparts learning to his disciple. So it is the foremost and necessary duty of Guru to teach his disciple the works of Pushtibhakti Sampraday's doctrines. The duties of a Guru do not come to an end merely with the bestowal of initiation if he does not teach his disciples. Hence, in Smriti Kandrika, it is said by sages like Vasishtha and Yam that the Guru who does not impart knowledge to his disciple is not worthy of performing scriptural duties and rites. The Guru who has not taught anything to his disciple, even at the lapse of an year after initiation, has to suffer all the sins and offenses of his disciple. Regarding this, it has been written in the Gautam Dharma Sutras, if the Guru is an ignorant, or if he knows everything but is lethargic in imparting knowledge to his disciple, or if he is a sinner, then he should forthwith abandoned by the disciple. How noble is this sentiment that has been shown by the great sages. How seriously the method of initiation was being treated in the religious tradition. But today,
summarize the subject.
Yeah, so for the first topic, it is saying that even though if the descendants of Sri Vallabhacharya do not possess the characteristics of a guru, they should not be chosen as a guru simply because they're the descendant of Sri Vallabhacharya. And for the second topic, it is saying that a guru is someone that teaches the disciple about like the characteristics and all of the things that you should do when you're in part of a sampradaya. But and there should be a connection between the guru and the disciple, and so the guru has to the guru has the duty to teach the disciple the works of the doctrines. But if the guru does not impart the knowledge and he does not teach anything to the disciple, it is said that the guru should be abandoned by the disciple.
So what we learned in the further subject was that what are the qualifications of a guru. As we understood that just by being a descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji Vallabhacharya, a person doesn't get the right to be a guru. But if Mahaprabhuji would have thought so, Mahaprabhuji would have never mentioned the characteristics of a guru. He would have never mentioned that he must be the person who is performing Krishna Seva, or he must understand the essence of Bhagavat, etc. So, if Mahaprabhuji is mentioning these characteristics, it means that it is very necessary to check the qualities of a guru, and only after that we must accept that person as a guru and then get initiated with him. So, here the other formats explained in the different scriptures for guru, for qualifications of guru, etc. are explained, which mentions that a person whom we are accepting as a guru, he is meant to teach us. He is meant to teach his disciple. He is meant to teach everything to the person so that the disciple can understand the way of his life. So when we are when a guru is initiating someone or a disciple is getting initiated by the guru, what the disciple must expect from his guru, that the person whom I have accepted as my guru, he will teach me, he will give me a good life, he will explain me a good direction for attaining salvation. So in Upanishad, guru is explained as a mother, and as a mother keeps the child in her womb for 9 months and rears the child and takes care of the child throughout her life, same way a guru has to be like a mother and a father to his disciple. So there the Shastra says that how as the mother keeps the child in his womb, same way that close the guru must keep his disciple. So the thing is that being a guru, it is the duty of that person to teach his disciple, to show a good direction to the disciple. And same way, even the disciple must expect the same from the guru. The problem can be from both the sides. The what problem which we are facing nowadays is from both the sides. Even the students are not interested, the disciples are not interested in learning the right thing, and same way the gurus are not interested in teaching them the right thing. So we cannot blame a person from only one side, but both of them are equally a part of all these things. So disciple, what we are expecting from our guru, and what are the duties of the guru. So both of them have to be very faithful to their relation, and only then a guru can follow his duty, and same way the disciple can also have a good life by being in the company of his guru. The problem is that, for example, if the guru is ready to teach but disciples are not interested, even then guru cannot follow his duty. And later on, gradually, the guru also loses his interest in following his own duty, as the people for whom he has to do this, they are not taking interest. So this can also be the problem. So the thing is that disciple and the guru, both of them equally have to share their duties, and only then they can manage with their relation. But if any one of them loses their duty, if any one of them is expecting something else, then that relation cannot grow. And the Shastra says that in such condition, we must not make a guru. We must not, if we are not able to find a proper person. And as Mahaprabhuji also explains, we will be learning in the next topic, that Mahaprabhuji is explaining that these are the qualifications of a guru, and this is the person whom we must accept as a guru. But for example, if we are not able to find a person with those qualities, then we must not wait for a guru and start performing Krishna Seva, considering Mahaprabhuji himself as our guru and the scriptures written by Sri Mahaprabhuji as our guide. Yeah, continue.
What should be done when proper guru is not available? What should one do if one is not in position to find even a single descendant of Sri Vallabhacharya who possesses the characteristics of a guru, or for any of the above mentioned reasons one has to abandon the guru? Should he remain deprived of such an excellent path in absence of guru? This difficult problem has been solved in the work of Niban and in its Avranbhang commentary composed by Sri Purushottamji. Since Sri Vallabhacharya is the guru of all the gurus, therefore one should resort only to Sri Vallabhacharya as his guru, and should devote himself to Bhagwan's service and remembrance when not a single descendant possessing characteristics of a guru is available. For whom one should obtain the knowledge of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya in such circumstances. Sri Purushottamacharya throws light upon this point and says further,
it is Purushottama Charan.
Shri Purushottam Charan throws light upon this point and says further, those who perform the service of Shri Krishna of their own accord and sometimes need guidance in the matter of tenets, service, etc., should approach to some senior devotee of his sect and satisfy his queries. In his treatise Swamargya Sharan Samarpan Sevadi Nirupanam, Sri Harirai too writes, if the present time descendants of Sri Vallabhacharya do not possess the prescribed characteristics of Guru, but they impart instruction in accordance with the doctrines of Sri Vallabhacharya, who is undoubtedly the honest Guru, such preaching may yield fruit like that of a conscientious Guru. But it should be ascertained whether bad company, temptation of money, pride, resort, and other gods have changed Guru's behavior contrary to the doctrines of Sampradaya. Hence, if the present day preceptors...
Wait, you can summarize this much.
Okay, so if a proper Guru is not available, then since Sri Vallabhacharya is the Guru of all Gurus, then one should consider Sri Vallabhacharya as the Guru. And a disciple should devote themselves to Bhagwan's service and remembrance, and they should take knowledge from the Pushtibhakti Sampradaya directly, and since if they need some guidance in doing so, they should ask someone who is a senior devotee in their sect. And so Sri Harirai also says that if someone does not possess the characteristics of a guru, but they still impart instruction, which means that they still say some things that are in accordance with the sampradaya, this may yield fruit as well.
Yeah. So the main thing is that even in such a condition, when, for example, I am not able to find a proper guru for me, not even a single descendant of Mahaprabhuji, I am not able to find anyone, then what can I do? So even Mahaprabhuji himself, and in the commentary of the text of Sri Mahaprabhuji, Sri Purushottamji writes that in the future days, the descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji will lose the dignity, and they would not be able to have the qualities of being a good guru. But the disciple, he must not wait for that person, but he must consider Sri Mahaprabhuji as his guru and start performing Bhagavad Seva. So this is what the direction we have available. And in other conditions, the people nowadays ask many such questions that we were very small when we got initiated, we never knew these things, and later on we understood the scriptures of Sri Mahaprabhuji, and after that we came to know that the person from whom we got initiated was a wrong person. So must we get initiated again, or is our initiation valid? Now what to do, etc. So the thing is that it is quite possible that we were mistaken during that period, but we must not remain ignorant after we gain the knowledge. For example, now I know that what are the qualities of a good guru according to Sri Mahaprabhuji, and who is the person whom Mahaprabhuji qualifies as a guru. And for example, the person from whom I got initiated was not such a person, then what to do now? So at least from the very day we understood the right thing, we can leave his company. The initiation is not valid. From the very day we understood the right thing, we must consider Mahaprabhuji as our guru. We must feel that the person was wrong, but the mantra by which I got initiated was the mantra which is departed by Mahaprabhuji and Bhagavan himself. So what to do with the person? I have Mahaprabhuji as my guru. I have Bhagavan himself as my guru, who is my guide from this very day. So this is the thing which we must accept. And by considering Mahaprabhuji as our guru, we can start performing Bhagavad Seva without waiting for any of the person. And from whom to whom we must get guidance, or whom to ask if we are in any problem, then we must consider Mahaprabhuji as our guru, his scriptures, the scriptures of Mahaprabhuji, Goswami, Gopinathji, Purushottamji, Harirai, etc. as our guide. And in need, we can check some senior Vaishnava who is a right person, who is departing a good knowledge, we can ask that person. But in any case, in any of the needy condition, we must never approach a wrong person. In spite of being a descendant, we must never approach that person if he is involved in any such activity which is not permitted by Sri Mahaprabhu Ji in his sampradaya. I hope this is clear.
Hence,
Yes, continue.
Hence, if the present-day preceptors impart instruction in contravention with doctrines of Sri Vallabhacharya, one should never follow such instruction. The most popular false teaching of the present-day gurus can be listed as under: there are three kinds of services: bodily, monetary, and mental. In Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, there is nothing like Devdravya. Public temple and public service have got recognition in Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. Doctrines are to be followed by Vaishnavas only and not gurus. Prasad of Devdravya can be availed. Katha of Bhagavad can be arranged after the death of relatives. Vaishnavas, deity is not the supreme being but is seated as guru and hence inferior to the deity of guru. Gifts, food should be offered to the deity in Haveli. Service of the deity should be sponsored at Haveli, and quantity of offering should not be curtailed. So to summarize, it is saying that it just tells us the most popular teachings that are false, but many present-day gurus might say. And all of these listed are against the doctrines of the Pushti Marg.
So the gurus nowadays, they are involved in such activities, and they themselves are involved in the wrong activities, and even they are teaching some wrong things to the disciples. So the problem is that whatever is being taught nowadays, whatever is being followed on the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya nowadays, is totally opposite to what Mahaprabhuji wanted to teach, or what Mahaprabhuji teaches in his doctrines. As for example, there are three kinds of services: bodily, monetary, and mental. So the gurus nowadays explain that these three are optional. You can do whatever you like. So if the person wants to use his body, then it is he can use his body in the seva, not at his own place. That too has to be done in the Haveli only. Come here, perform seva of our Thakurji. And if you have money, then don't use your money. Just provide money. Just sponsor seva. And mental, if you are not able to do anything, just mentally think of Krishna all the time and it is done. You don't have any other duties to be followed. So Mahaprabhuji had never taught these things as option. Mahaprabhuji said that all the three things are important for performing seva. And it was not about just monetary. It was about involving each and every material which is related to us, each and every material on which we have our ownership. We have to use that in the service of Sri Krishna. So the things are taught in the wrong way. The second thing is there is nothing like Devdravya. It is like Devdravya. The money which we are offering, the material which we are offering on the name of the God, with explaining that these materials are in the ownership of Sri Krishna, that material and that money is known as Devdravya, and that can never be used by us, not by any of us. So the thing is that in Haveli when we go, Thakurji is of someone else, because all the temples are registered as public property. So Thakurji does not belong to any of the person. The deity is a public property. The person who is performing seva, he is just performing the job. He is taking money for his work, and from morning to the evening he is performing his duties. The third thing, that the person, the descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji, who is involved in all these activities, he has nothing to do with any of these things. He is just there to accumulate his profit. And the person who is providing money, he is even the fourth party. and the fifth person, the trustees who are managing the temple, they are the fifth person who have nothing to do with all these things. So the problem is that even Thakurji doesn't know that whom I belong to, who is performing my seva, who is my disciple, who is my devotee here. There is nothing which is involved with each other. Mahaprabhuji has nothing to do with all this system. Even then, everything is being run in the name of Sri Mahaprabhuji, in the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. Unfortunately, these things are going on. And these things are taught and these things are exposed on the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. Mahaprabhuji's scriptures are not explained. Mahaprabhuji is not exposed. Mahaprabhuji is not explained in the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. But each and every person, including the disciple and including the guru, all of them are just interested in accumulating their profit, having their fame and showing off in front of the world. So public temple and public services have got recognition. Mahaprabhuji had never permitted public temple. He had never permitted public service. What he wanted was that we must perform Krishna Seva at our own place, at our own house, with our own money, with our own body, with our own family. And doctrines, so the descendants, when we explain that these are the rules and regulations which are explained by Mahaprabhuji, then what the descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji answers is that all the rules and regulations are meant for the Vaishnavas, for the disciples. Not even a single rule is meant for us. We don't have to follow all these things. But Mahaprabhuji, in any of the text, we never find that Mahaprabhuji would have mentioned differently that this is the rule which is meant for a Vaishnava and this is the rule which is meant for my descendant. Nowhere Mahaprabhuji has mentioned so. Everything is very common for each and every person. Prasad of Devdravya can be availed. It can never be availed. Katha of Bhagavad can be arranged after the death of the relatives. It can be arranged as a saptah. Mahaprabhuji had never allowed so. For Mahaprabhuji, Bhagavad itself is the verbal form of Krishna, and therefore a person must read Bhagavad daily as we perform seva daily. As performing seva is compulsory, same way reading Bhagavad, learning Bhagavad is compulsory. It was not so that we can read Bhagavad for 7 days, we can listen to Bhagavad 7 days and it is done. It was never so. Vaishnava's deity is not the supreme being but is seated as Guru and hence inferior to the deity of Guru. So if a Vaishnava wants to do anything, it is stronger if he is doing it with the deity standing in the Haveli, the deity with the descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji, as the deity of mine doesn't have superpowers. So gifts, food, etc. can be offered to the deity in the Haveli. It was never meant so. In the story of Kishori Bai, one of the disciple of Sri Mahaprabhuji, once she was very poor and she didn't had anything. She just used to offer chapati to Sri Thakurji, even that without ghee, because she didn't had any money to have good food and make good food to offer to Bhagavan. So she used to feel inferior, and one day one of the other Vaishnava, he came near Kishori Bai and offered some kheer and said that this is for your Thakurji. So Kishori Bai felt that, yeah, today at least Thakurji could eat something good because I am not able to have good things offered to Bhagavan. So she was happy, so she offered that kheer to Shri Thakurji. But Thakurji was very angry with that act and he threw away the bowl of the kheer. So Kishori Bai asked that what happened? This is, at least today I am able to offer you good thing. So Thakurji asked that, does this kheer belong to you? Are you owner of this thing? So she said that no, that Vaishnava fellow came here and gave me this kheer to offer it to you. So he said that I don't want anything which is of others' ownership. I want which is of yours. So Kishori Bai realized her mistake and Thakurji didn't even had a glance towards the kheer. He was very happy with the chapati which Kishori Bai was offering to him. Same is the incident we find in the case of Padmanabh Das Ji, a disciple of Sri Mahaprabhuji. Once he thought that let me go to the place of Sri Mahaprabhuji in Adel and let me stay there with my Thakurji for some days. So he was staying in a different room in Adel and he went there for having company of Sri Mahaprabhuji. So once Padmanabh Das ji was very poor. Even he didn't had anything good to offer to his Thakurji. He used to offer some beans to Thakurji and nothing else. So wife of Sri Mahaprabhuji felt that let me send the food materials which are made at our place for Thakurji of Padmanabh Das ji. So when she sent those things to Padmanabh Das ji's place, Padmanabh Das ji thought that it is from the house of Sri Mahaprabhuji, let me ask my Thakurji. So he asked his Thakurji that are you tired of having the food which is offered by me? Do you want to have the food which is from Mahaprabhuji's place? So if it is so, you can start living, you can go to the place of Sri Mahaprabhuji, because I cannot offer these things to you, because these things are not of my ownership. So this happened for the 2-3 days, and at the last day, Padmanabh Das ji asked his Thakurji, and his Thakurji said that, no, I am not interested in anything which is from others' place, but I am very happy with whatever you offer to me. And there were some days when Padmanabh Das ji was not even able to offer anything else other than water to Sri Thakurji. But the thing which Thakurji was happy was the incident that Padmanabh Das ji was a self-respectable person, and he never asked for anything for his Thakurji. Whatever he was offering, he was living on that only. He never performed, he never offered anything else, and he never ate anything else. So Thakurji said that, no, I am happy with whatever you are offering. So Padmanabh Das ji said that, right, I am satisfied. And that very day, Padmanabh Das ji left the house of Sri Mahaprabhuji and came at his own place at Kannauj, where he was staying. So the thing is that we can never offer anything which is of the ownership of someone else to our Thakurji. As our child, it is the responsibility of the parents to follow all the duties towards their child. Same way, it is our duty to follow all the things which are meant for our Thakurji. We must not beg for things from anyone. We must not even expect from anyone. Bhagavan is not expecting anything. Even Mahaprabhuji has not made any margin for offering things to Thakurji. Whatever you have, whatever you are capable of, you can do that to the best of your capacity. I think things are clear now. So these are the wrong propagations which are going on nowadays in the name of our Sampradaya. And to the best of our capacity, we must try to oppose these things, and we must try to, at least we must not involve in any of these things in any of the way. But even being a disciple of Sri Mahaprabhuji, we must have that self-respect that if someone is speaking wrong thing in the name of our Acharya, it is our duty to oppose that person. It is our duty to oppose that method which is going on in the name of Sri Vallabhacharya. So to the best of our capacity, we must try to oppose such people. We must try to explain the right thing to the people. And at least we must not involve in any of the way in any such wrong activity going on.
I have a question.
Yes.
So let's say like your lifestyle does not allow you to do the worship and seva of Thakurji like on a daily basis. But let's say you have a desire to do the darshan of Thakurji. So what should you do then?
See, for that Mahaprabhuji explains that we have many methods which are explained by Sri Mahaprabhuji as anukalp of seva. We are not saying that these are the options, because seva is the first priority, and if not, then in the bad conditions we can go for other methods, in which Mahaprabhuji gives the first option is that read Bhagavad daily, be in the company of the Vaishnavas, go through the scriptures of Sri Mahaprabhuji and read the Gita, Bhagavad, etc., in which we find the Gun, Karma, Naam, Leela, etc. of Sri Thakurji, and we can live a life as a Vaishnava throughout our life following these things. Now, second thing, that if we want to have darshan of Sri Thakurji, the one thing Mahaprabhuji explains is that go to a Maryada Margiya temple like Jagannath Puri, Dwarka, Badrikashram, Pandharpur, etc., where Bhagavan is residing with his own wish. these are the places where there had been some incident regarding any of the devotee of Bhagwan, and Bhagwan decided to stay there forever. So we can go to such Maryada Margya places in which Bhagwan is residing there. See, the method of the pratishtha of a deity is varied in our Hindu traditions. It is of the two types. The one is Swartha Pratishtha, the second one is Parartha Pratishtha. The establishment of the pratishtha of the deity, which is done for only a single person or the family, is known as Swartha Pratishtha. The pratishtha of the deity which is done for everyone around, is everyone, for the city and for caste, etc. These varieties are known as Parartha Pratishtha. In Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, we are not allowed to do Parartha Pratishtha. We are just have to do the Swartha Pratishtha, the establishment of the deity only for a single family or a single person. So, in Maryada Marg, in Hindu tradition, we have this method of establishing the deity as Parartha Pratisthapit, and we can visit such temples for having darshan, but not on the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. The third thing is that any of the chitra of Sri Thakurji is Krishna himself, we can have the darshan of that. As we are explained that we have to choose the Swarup of Sri Thakurji of our choice, same way we can have the pictures of Sri Thakurji in which we can remember those Leela of Sri Thakurji, and we can have the darshan of those pictures daily. For that we don't need to have a deity always. Deity is after all a form of Krishna himself. Same way is the picture also. But if we are not able to perform service of Sri Krishna daily, it doesn't mean that we get involved in the wrong traditions. In Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, we are not allowed to do the Parartha Pratishtha of Sri Krishna. In Hindu tradition, we have that method. In any of the temple in which they are doing the Parartha Pratishtha of Krishna, we can visit that temple.
Okay, Jiran, thank you.
Any of the temple related to Krishna or Vishnu.
Okay.
We are not prohibited to go there. No one can prohibit us from going there. Wherever the deity of Krishna, deity of Vishnu is established as Parartha Pratishtha, we can visit that place. But in Pushtimarg, we don't have the tradition of Parartha Pratishtha. So, if anyone is doing so, even in the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, we cannot visit that place. Anything else?
Yeah, Raj, I have one question.
Yes.
So, when Krishna was like on this earth and ruling over Dwarka, would it be wrong if he said that like there should be a Sri Vishnu temple put up? Because like you were talking about how it's wrong for people to go to temples and they make profit. So then would the workers in Dwarka and the Dwarka temple, would that be wrong?
See, it is not wrong, because the temple in Dwarka is not a Pushtimargiya temple, for the instance. And the second thing is that there Bhagavan is residing with his own wish for each and every devotee of him. So the temple of Dwarka is a different thing, and temple run on the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya is a different thing. In Dwarka, Bhagavan is residing with his own wish for his each and every devotee without any restriction. And when we are talking about Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, then the tradition of our Sampradaya is not of having a public temple. The tradition is of having the Thakurji at our own place, the deity of Shri Krishna at our own place, and performing seva with our family and not involving anyone else. So a temple which is run on the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya is a wrong place. We can never visit that place. But a temple which is for public, which is meant for everyone, it is a temple which we can visit. We have both the traditions, but we don't have the second tradition in Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. But we have that tradition in Hindu tradition. We can visit such temples. You understood?
Ji Raja.
Well, even there, if we are finding that the trustees are interested in accumulating money, they are interested in their profits, and some wrong traditions are going on, then even that place is not visitable. But if everything is right there, if the deity is there and all the management is performing the methods properly, then yeah, it is right to go there. We can visit Dwarka, we can visit Pandharpur, we can visit Jagannath Puri, Tirupati Balaji, etc. All these places are meant for Vishnu only, and these are the places which we can visit. But see, for the thing which we must be clear about is that there is no compulsion, and it is not even compulsory to visit such places. Only if we are having a peace of mind visiting that place, only then we can go there. No one is compelling you to go there. It is fine if you are following your duty, staying at your place. You are not able to perform seva, but you are reading Bhagavad Gita and the scriptures written by Sri Mahaprabhuji daily. You are going through, you are having in a good company of good Vaishnavas around, then it is not compulsory. But if we want to visit, we can visit. And it is explained as an anukalp of seva by Sri Mahaprabhuji that we can even stay at such places like Dwarka, Jagannath Puri, etc. for having a good environment of devotion. If you are able to find the environment of devotion there, then you can visit there. If you not, and if you are having some disturbing things there everywhere, see, each and every place, each and every holy place is corrupted nowadays. Everywhere things have to be wrong, and we can find some bad things there. So if we are not able to have peace of mind there, then it is not compulsory for you to visit. It's okay if we are not going to such places. But if we are able to ignore those things and visit that place for the sake of Thakurji, for the sake of having an environment of devotion, and be away from all these things and even be closer to those things, we can visit such places.
Okay, Raja.
Raja, is Nathadwara also a similar example?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Is Sri Nathdwara also a similar example?
No, it is not. The problem, see, actually, when Srinathji was established in Jatipura, Mahaprabhuji was not interested in establishing a public temple, as it is not the tradition of our Sampradaya. But Mahaprabhuji asked Sriji, if you want to be in my house or in the house of any of my disciples for having seva. Srinathji said that no, I am not interested, make a public temple of mine. So Mahaprabhuji established the deity in a public temple, and Mahaprabhuji remained away from all the system. He was just involved there as he was involved in Dwarka, as he was involved in Jagannath Puri. And that pratishtha was totally a pararth pratishtha for each and every devotee, which didn't had any relation with Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. The only relation which was found is that Mahaprabhuji established the deity. But Mahaprabhuji had established the deity of Dwarka also. But it doesn't mean that by being established by Mahaprabhuji, the deity is of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. Nothing. So Mahaprabhuji had done the Pararth Pratishtha. But now the problem for nowadays is that the temple is recognized as a temple of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. Each and every Vaishnava mean to be there as a Pushtimargiya Vaishnava. Third problem is that the descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji, so-called Tilkayat, the head of the family of Vallabh family, all the descendants, they are involved in that seva, and they are running that in the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, in the name of Sri Mahaprabhuji and the tradition of Vallabh Sampradaya. They are even having money from there. Still they are exposing the temple as a public temple also, and as a temple of Pushtibhakti tradition also. So we have the problem with that doubling. If that temple is recognized as a public temple without having the name of Sri Mahaprabhuji and Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, then that temple can be visited. And if all the systems are kept clear in that temple, but if they are doubling and exposing that temple in the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya in front of the disciples of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, then we can never go to that place. Because once, for what we are expecting is that clear the system first of all. After that we can visit that place.
जी राजा समझाइए.
So the tradition must be clear. Which tradition are you following? Are you meant to follow the tradition which is explained by Sri Mahaprabhuji for Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, or you want to follow the tradition which is explained in the Maryada Mark for a public temple? So clarify these both methods, both these traditions, and if you are clarifying them, we don't mind to go at any such place. If we are saying that it is Pushtibhakti, it is a temple which is of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, then Pushtibhakti Sampradaya is no tradition of having a temple. You have to perform seva at your own place. If you are saying that this is a Maryada Margiya temple, then stop exposing it on the name of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya and Mahaprabhuji. Be clear about the tradition. That's what we are expecting is. Same thing we are expecting from all the Havelis also. If you want to run a public temple, then run it on the name of yours, on my name. I have to run my public temple on my name, not on the name of Mahaprabhuji, because Mahaprabhuji is not explaining any method of having a public temple. And if you want to have the tradition of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya, then stop doing it as a public temple. Start performing seva at your own place. Tradition must be clear wherever we are going. If tradition is clear, the temple doesn't have anything wrong in it. But if tradition is unclear with the management, then we cannot visit that place.
जी राजा समझाइए.
Okay. So let us conclude here. We can have more discussion tomorrow.
Okay, Raja.
Yeah,
because
you
I
can ask.
Wanted to clarify few things. Maybe I will ask tomorrow because time is up.
Yeah, sure. We can continue tomorrow.